Welcome to the 2022 Golf Summer Series race number 2. Today we're here at the Vancouver International Speedway for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 350. For today, 30 drivers and teams stay put in Washington State. We move down south right near the Oregon border near Portland for our first short track and new track of the summer. But before we get started, let's take a look at our starting lineup. Starting off with the front row, as is occupied by all rookies, led by the 12 of Alex Casstevens and the 23 of Andrew Williams. Row 2, another rookie, Ayden Roberson, the 42, and Ross McMurrow in the 10. Row 3, we got 2 Albert Racing drivers in Ayden Roberson and Nick Sant. Row 4, we got 2 forwards of Kyle Salamon and Matthew Hill. Row 5, defending series champion Hoodlum and 2020 runner-up Dan Matteillo. Row 6, Nathan Baird and last week's winner Jordan Stout in the 11. Row 7, Dan McMurrow and David Johnson. Row 8, Brayden Carruthers and Brendan Beal. Row 9, 2020 champ Kellen and Jordan Forbes in the 61. Row 10, Matthew Burnett and Ace Roberto champion Keyshawn Richardson. Row 11, Gaming Freak and Ryan Wilson. Row 12, this PowWow and Joe T. Row 13, Caleb Rose and Johnny Hernandez. Row 14, Owen Miles and Richard Herman. Row 15, RC Gamer and Xavier. Row 16, Random J and Jason Albert. Row 17, Nathan Stapleton, who of course lost last week's race to Armory Digital by 2 1/1000ths of a second, and the 6th of Brad Reim. Row 18, Roberto Crown Jr. and Trey Smith. And finally in row number 19, Lipzie in the 9 and the 76 of Noah Clifton. And now it is time for the start of command here in Vancouver.
Drivers, start your engines!
Let's take a look at the track if we're here for today's race. So we're going to go 75 laps on this half-mile long short track. There's 16 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2, while there's 22 degrees of banking in turns 3 and 4. And as for what I hear today, 66 degrees Fahrenheit with 9 miles per hour towards the southwest. And with that being said, the pace car is already down pit road. The fans already on their feet here in this beautiful little short track. As the 2 rookies, the Casstevens and Williams, lead the field to green here in Vancouver. And a great start for Casstevens in the turn alongside the 42 of Ayden Roberson, as the 42 still side by side the 23 as they come down the back straightaway. In the turns 3 and 4, Roberts and Williams still side by side as Casstevens leads the first lap. And it looks like Williams will stay in second, where Roberts tucks in the third, in front of the 10 of Ross McMurrow. In the turns 3 and 4, comes a good run from Nick Sant, trying to run the 10 car. As the 2 nearly make contact, nearly sends McMurrow off the track. It looks like the 10 was able to keep it steady and retains his 4th place position. We got a battle here between Matteillo and Kyle Salamon. This is for the 8th position. Matteillo with a good run on the top, as now here comes Jordan Stout side by side with the 38. And as you see, so a lot of these drivers who started towards the middle of the pack, still side by side positions coming to lap number 4. See Matthew tuck in the 6th, or Matteillo has to settle with 8th as he couldn't pass for Ayden Roberson there for 7th. As here comes a run from Williams going into 4s and make contact off turn number 4. And much like Nick Sant and McMurrow earlier, they were able to save it, but that's going to make Roberts with a lot of ground on the 23. As here's McMurrow and Nick Sant again for the 4th place position. Nick Sant got a good run into 1 that time by, but McMurrow was able to close the door there. They got a battle for 9th, Jordan Stout, Kyle Salamon, and a good run for the 38. As you side by side, coming to lap number 6 of last week's winner. And behind these two, got a battle for 11th, David Johnson and Hoodlum. Looks like Stout will have the advantage off too, and Hoodlum got the advantage over Johnson down the back straightaway. Nathan Baird there currently side by side with Jordan Forbes. Keyshawn just trying to hold off both Dan McMurrow and Ryan Wilson. Coming to lap number 7, as here comes the 99 of Dan McMurrow now. Trying to challenge Ace Double champion. As you see, we got a good amount of big name drivers back here, including 3 wide. Richard Herman in the middle, between Max Burnett and Johnny Hernandez, as was quickly and thankfully able to sort that out going into turn 3. You see Brayden and Joe T side by side there, as most of the top dozen or so, all single file except for the second place. Williams and Robert still battling going into turns 3 and 4. As Robert gets another good run off 4, tries to move Williams up the track, but Williams stands his ground once again into turn 1, coming to lap number 9. Here comes Robertson now looking for 6 on Matthew Hill. Again, an outside lane prevails, allowing Hill to keep his 6th place position. So on board the 54 here. Of course, last week at Armory Digital, Robertson was actually up towards the front for most of the night. But unfortunately, got caught up on a late race caution and making him finishing 32nd, 3 laps down. And of course, this will be a great opportunity for the Spring Showdown winner to get a good rebound here. And speaking of rebounds, so that's what Dan Matteillo's exact goal is for the Summer Series season. As he's coming off a solid 12th race run last time at Armory Digital, and is currently 8th now in a 17. And you're seeing once again Nixon getting ground and McMurrow off 2 and now down the back straightaway. Now in turn 3, Nixon for a good run in the middle as he makes contact again with McMurrow, tries to move out of the way up the track. But Nixon lost a lot of time from doing that. It's going to let McMurrow pull away. Comes Matthew Hill now to potentially challenge Nixon for 5th. While this is happening, Alex Casstevens has led every lap thus far. As you come to complete lap number 12, the 12 car, as you come to complete lap number 12, the 12 car has been near perfect all day, but of course it's still pretty early into this rather short race. Here comes Robertson now once again side by side with Matthew Hill. So Robertson had the advantage that time by, but once again the outside prevails, allowing Matthew Hill to pull away, stay in 6th. But here comes Robertson again for a good run on the inside. Nearly made contact at the 90 there, as Hill will continue to keep a 6th place spot. As see behind him, Dan Matteillo still holding on to 8th. Already having a much better start in his new Railfan racing ride. As he got a good flyby up the field here, going through the start-finish line. And you see behind him, of course, is last week's winner, Jordan Stout, currently in 9th. Trying to maintain that points lead, trying to go for 2 in a row here in the GSS. And you see just now, Nixon trying to go wide on Ross McMurrow there. But once again, it was not able to work, allowing McMurrow to pull away. And it's going to potentially allow Matthew Hill to get a run on Nixon going into turn number 3. As here comes Roberts once again side by side with Williams off turn number 4. But once again, that was not able to work with the 42 at all. As the 23 will pull away once more. And from the last race at Armory Digital, Roberts was involved in 2 incidents back-to-back from one another, which led him to a disappointing 33rd finish in his first GSS start. Once again, another battle for 9th, Jordan Stout and Cal Salamon. Cal Salamon with a good run off turn number 4 there. But he didn't try to pass Jordan Stout there, but instead stays behind him, tries to get another good run into turn number 1 here, but lost a little bit of time there. Saw their Hill is side by side briefly there at Nixon, as he could possibly get another good run here off turn number 4. Looks like it did move Nixon up the track a little bit, but still isn't enough to complete the pass. Up front, here comes Roberts once again, trying to get a run off Williams off turn number 4. But as we come to lap number 20, the 42 did not try to look into the inside of Roberts that time by, but much like we saw Salamon a little bit earlier, decided to stay behind him. And so far, it seems to be working out for the 42, as the both of them actually getting ground on Casstevens that time by. But of course, the question is, will they take advantage of that? And while that continues to happen, the defending series champion Hoodlum was still in 11th in the 88 car, coming off a 19th place finish at Armory Digital. It was pretty much a non-factor throughout the entire race last week, but at least did lead a lap towards the middle portion of the race. David Johnston, too, has not been the best couple GSS races for the 2 car. Of course, he competed in the spring showdown and finished towards the back, and the same could be said last week at Armory Digital, as he finished all the way in the 37th position as he DNF'd in that race. And you saw there last time by Brendan Beal was trying to make a pass on Johnson for the 12th position. But Bill stays tucked in the 13th with Jordan Forbes and Nathan Baird making 14th and 15th respectively. As there's Dan McMurrow now trying to challenge Keith Richardson. This is for the 16th spot. It looked like for a second there, McMurrow was going to get around Keyshawn Anderson, but your A Strawberry champion holds his ground as the 99 remains the 17th. Speaking of winter champions, your 2020 to 2021 Winter Street Stocks champion, Ryan Wilson, currently in 18th. Of course, O'Reilly, which was the former Winter Street Stocks sponsor, is sponsoring this race here today. As you see, Joe T in the 8 car, currently in the 19th spot. And to round off the top 20 is Brayden Carruthers in the 18. And so comes Johnny Hernandez trying to make a pass in the 18. It looks like he had the advantage over Brayden Carruthers, but it looks like Carruthers quickly on that outside lane will get back by the 46. Owen Baker, your 2020 champ, not having a good start at all to his 2022 season. Growing a dismal 22nd. And last week was another big-name driver that wrecked out as he ended up finishing 35th. Richard Herman currently in 23rd in his second race back in the GSS. Definitely not the return he's been winning so far. While the winner from the last year truck race at Martinsville, Burnett, currently running in 24th. Definitely disappointing there for the 13, with the 33 of Xavier might have been 25th. Another rookie behind him, Gaming Freak, currently in 26th and 28. Well, Jason Albert in 80 after finishing inside the top 10 last week on Armory Digital, is currently in 27th. Speaking of drivers who finished in the top 10 last week, Reim also back here, currently in 28th after finishing 9th in last week's opening night. Well, Gaming Freak's teammate this PowWow in the 22 of Trey Smith, run off the rest of the top 30. Speaking of Dodges, Caleb Rose in 31st in the 19. Has not been a good day at all for Railfan Motorsports, as 3 of the 5 drivers, besides Matteillo and Beal, are below the top 25. And you see Noah Clifton in second, Lipzie in 33rd. So here comes Owen Miles trying to challenge the 9-car position there. Lipzie able to hold on as Miles backs off as they go into turn number 1. While behind us, Roberto Crown, Random J, RC Gamer, and last week's runner-up Nathan Stapleton make up the rest of the running order. So all these bigger names who've had success at short tracks in the past and or finished well last week at Armory Digital have struggled mightily thus far, as almost 31 laps into the 75-lap race. Coming back to Alex Casstevens, who had every single lap thus far. Again, so far that car has been near perfect for Casstevens, as he looks for his first ever GSS win in just his second start. And while behind Casstevens, his fellow rookies of Andrew Williams and Riot Roberts continue to hold strong in the second and third place respectively. And of course, if Casstevens does win, at least finishes well here today. Enough to be a good rebound for that team after finishing 29th last week at Armory Digital, got involved and won the Rex. It happened in that rather chaotic race. Coming to lap number 33 comes Roberts once again trying to move Williams up the track. But once again into turn number 1, Williams uses the inside lane as Roberts is going to lose a lot of time on that 42 there. As you come to turns 3 and 4 to complete lap number 33, it's time for the second GSS Crank It Up of 2022. Lap number 44.75 here in Vancouver International Speedway for the second GSS race of the season. Alex Casstevens start for run the 12. He's looked down like perfect thus far, winning every single lap. Both pit stops come next door, so I got a spin in 19 of Caleb Rose in turn number 1. This will now bring on a first caution today, but also everyone down pit road for the first time. But as for Caleb Rose, it's going to be a bad day gone to worse. He's already winning 31st in the 19 car, but thankfully he doesn't have too much damage. As here we go, everybody down pit road, led by of course by Casstevens, Williams, and Roberts. Some of the other drivers is set this top running order. Ross McRoller currently in 4th, Nick Sant in 5th, on the 90 of Matthew Hill in 6th, Ayden Roberson in 7th, Dana Matteillo in 8th, Armory Digital winner Jordan Stout running in 9th, and the 38 of Kyle Salamon running up the rest of the top 10. There you see the Rose making his repairs in the 19, 42 of Robertson along to the 23. So what they do here for pit stops. It looks like Ryan Roberts was going to get 4 tires and gas for the 42 alongside everyone else throughout this running order. See Robertson and Dan Matteillo and Jordan Stout going in this box alongside Ross McMorilla. Casstevens also doing 4 tires and gas as our crews now work on the left side of that car. And he's already done. Casstevens first off pit road, followed by Andrew Williams, Ross McMorilla, Nick Sant, and Ryan Roberts as he appeared to have a bad pit stop, losing 3 spots there. But anyways, let's take a look what happened to Caleb Rose to see what brought out the first caution today. So I'll just start into the front stretch. Ross 76 and Noah Clifton as both him and Caleb Rose going to turn number 1. So in the 1 here, I think Clifton just turns Rose. Rose saves it for a second, but just turns back to the right into the wall. Clifton scraping him again there with RC Gamer, Nathan Stapleton, Random J, all barely avoiding there. Strong both Noah Clifton. Yeah, definitely made contact with the 19. So the 19 spinning and Clifton into the wall there. Got decent damage there for the 76. And after the caution, here's what happened to Roberto Crown Jr. in the 31. So everyone stacks up in front of him. Bam! Hits the 37 to Owen Miles, while Stapleton, Random J, and Clifton get some damage there as well. Anyways, under caution here in Vancouver for the first time today. We'll be right back with you guys after this. Welcome back to the Golf Summer Series here from Vancouver. We're about to go back green after the 19 of Caleb Rose got contact from the 76 of Noah Clifton and sent him spinning into turn number 1. But thankfully for Rose, who will still continue, albeit 1 lap down. Currently in top 3 is Alex Casstevens in the 12. He's won every single lap this far, followed by Andrew Owens in the 23 and the 10 of Ross McMorilla. As it comes towards the restart zones. Whoa, the inside went by Williams. He's going to get a huge jump as the outside did not get going. Already here in black flag for the 23 for jumping the start. Unbelievable. The 23 had to come down pit road to serve his penalty just as he takes the lead. Unbelievable. We'll replay that as soon as we can as we're 3 wide with Hoodlum in the middle there. So because of Williams jumping the start, Nick Sant, the 20, will be a new leader. And GSS officials will not penalize the other drivers on the inside, just the 23 of Williams. So out goes back from a random J to the wall. Trey Smith, the 33 of Xavier, Jason Albert, RC Gamer also go around as they're under caution again. Noah Clifton again involved in this one as just sort of heavy left side damage to RC Gamer. Oh my god, what the hell's going on here? Everyone stacks up here. Gaming Freak. This PowWow, Roberto Crown getting more damage. Johnny Hernandez getting damage from that as well. As the field stacks up once again in the turn 1. Oh god, what a crazy couple laps it's been. We had a driver who was up for an entire day, jumped the restart, a wreck in the turns 3 and 4, and another stack up in the turns 1 and 2. As you see some of the other drivers coming in, Ryan Wilson, Hoodlum, Joe T, David Johnson, Matthew Hill, all trying to top off on the field. As it looks like about a handful or so of drivers are going to stay on track. And even though these drivers that are currently stayed out came to pit road not too long ago, it's not fully guaranteed if they're going to make it the entire way of the race. And you can see Matteillo is actually another driver down pit road, followed by Jordan Stout, David Johnson. Those are your top 3 off the race from the race off of pit road. They will have enough to make it the rest of the way. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what strategy will prevail here. But for now, we can take a look at the loads of replays we got for what happened over the course of the last 3 laps or so. So starting with that restart, this is down the back straightaway on the pace lap. Pace car down pit road. Drivers are getting their positions on the inside. Just slow down, allow most of the outside lane to pass them. But as Casstevens comes off turn 4, here comes a huge jump from the inside lane. And in the case of Williams, I think he slowed down the rest of the inside lane for some reason. And definitely passed the 12 before you stand in the restart box. Definitely a warning penalty there. Definitely a good call there from GSS officials, in my opinion. Then here's the wreck that brought up the caution. Watch the 13 of Matt Burnett as he's behind the 33 of Xavier. Into turn 2. Burnett just clips Xavier, sends him around into the 22, and then Burnett comes down on random J. And just all chaos unfolded from there. Jason Albert coming up on Noah Clifton, and Varsity Gamer having nowhere to go in the 1. Strong book 33 of Xavier here. Yep, got turned by Burnett. Just nothing he could do there. Tons of damage on that 33. And last and certainly not the least, here's the stack up after the caution came out. Watch Ryan Wilson in the 48 here. So Hill gets turned into the wall by Ayden Roberson. Hoodlum turns Ryan Wilson. And then Hill sends Kyle Salmon sprinting in front of the rest of the field. Right in front of Nathan Red, Brayden Carruthers. With everyone stacking up behind each other there. It's just a massive chain reaction there. It's going for John Hernandez here. So he sees Salmon spinning, but just can't really do much about it. Rams in the back of Joe T. Heavy front end damage to the 46 car. As well, we still have one more replay after the fact. Watch the 99 of Dan McMurrow in the pace laps here. Here's Andrew Williams. Damn, just turns him. Yeah, the 23. I don't know what's going on in film right now, but there's definitely something going on. As they're under caution again here from Vancouver. The next GSS race will bring us to the Lone Star State at the Texas Road Speedway. The Upper Orange Channel, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday night, barring any delays. As you welcome back to the Vancouver International Speedway for the second GSS race of the season, we're about to go back going after a multi-car incident in the back straight and into turn 3 around this area right here. Where big name drivers such as Random J, Matthew Burnett, this PowWow, and Juan Gutters got collected. Meanwhile, your current top 3 is Nixon, the 20 followed by the 42 of Riot Roberts, and the 12 of Alex Casstevens. Coming to the restart zone, see if anyone's going to have any restart errors this time. Nope, Queen restart, and the green flag's back in the air. And that's going to be a good restart for the 42. Riot Roberts going to pull away from his teammate into turn number 1. As now Casstevens is side-by-side Ross McMurrow for 3rd. Looks like off turn screen 4, Riot Roberts will come to lead lap number 57. As it looks like Ross McMurrow will clear Casstevens for the 3rd position, while Ross's brother Dan in the 99 is now side-by-side for the 5th position. Looks like into turn number 3, Dan will clear Brayden Beal for the 5th position. As I say that, Beal gets a good run through turn screen 4 on the inside. Tries to move Dan up the track as we come to lap number 59. Looks like Dan holds all along, goes Kyle Salmon to 38. Looks like maybe got tapped by, I think, a Dodge. I think maybe the 23. But we're still green. No caution yet as Salmon gets it back around. But still a tough row for the 36 regardless, as this is the 2nd time today he's been around. As of course also went around during our stack up that happened under caution. And speaking of the last caution, still some drivers who were involved in that set of caution. Down pit road like Nathan Stapleton, the 97 to 13 of Burnett, as well as Noah Clifton down pit road for possibly additional repairs to their heavily damaged cars. Looks like I now got a replay of what happened to Kyle Salmon a couple laps ago. There's Salmon in front of Andrew Williams, who turns 3 and 4 now. Looks like Williams just turned Salmon in the front stretch with the 38 gaining the wall there a little bit. What I'll have to say is that 23 of Williams, even though it's just a 2nd GSS race, I'd probably hire some extra security because there's going to be multiple drivers after the race, I'm sure, going to have more than just a word of him. And I bet 2 of those drivers who got more than just a word of Williams after this race is the 12 of Casstevens and 99 of Dan McMurrow. Of course, Williams jumped to start and passed Casstevens before he even got to the green flag, while Dan McMurrow got spun out by the 23 while under caution. Ayden Roberson still holding on the 6 and the 54. Brayden Carruthers inside the top 10 now in the 18, currently in 9 pro. Jordan Stout runs off the rest of the top 10. Nathan Baird, some backhand damage to the 87. Still in the 11th position, not too bad a run from him. David Johnson in 12, Keisha Arches in the 13th. Jordan Forge in the 14th. From Matthew Hill's down to 15th, like being inside the top 10 a little earlier. And how about Brad Reim in the 6th? At one point, he was below the top 25, but now he's up to a very respectable 16th. Our defending series champion Hoodlum is currently in 17th. You can see Owen Miles, Ryan Wilson side by side for the 18th spot. Miles with the advantage that time by. Looks like going into turn 1, he'll maintain his position over Ryan Wilson. Joe T 20th in the A-Core RC Gamer is actually up to 21st. Actually, the highest he's been all day, despite that damage. There's Noseless Cars, Roberto Crown, and Gaming Freak, currently in the 22nd and 23rd spots, respectively. Well, Kellen Baker is still back here, actually lower than he was earlier, down to 24th. So 2 races in a row that Baker has not a good showing at all in that 21. And you see, I just saw some of the lap cars here. So the 19 of Caleb Rose. There's the 13 of Matt Burnett alongside Nathan Stapleton, the 97. Which, as I mentioned, went down pit road less than 10 laps ago. Oh, Richard Herman's another one of the drivers also went down pit road in the last 10 laps or so in the 95. And of course, definitely disappointing runs for those drivers in just the second race of the season. Meanwhile, come to 8 laps to go here in Vancouver. We're still an all Chevy top 3 with Roberts, Nixon, and Mick Marola all leading the way. Battle for 6, Brendan Beal and Ayden Roberson. Roberson on the outside. Looks like he's going to defend his 6th spot over Beal, going into the back stretch into turn number 3. And behind those two, Carruthers makes it nearly 3 wide off turn number 4. Never made contact with Jordan Stout, but thankfully we were able to quickly sort that out, as those 3 drivers are trying to battle for the 8th position. We also saw Nathan Baird side by side with the 2-car. Johnson was which I even grabbed the 2-car at that time by, as Casstevens also nearly made contact with Ross McRolla there, and they'll make the 12 being a Mick Marola sandwich, as there comes Ross's brother Dan to challenge Casstevens for the 4th spot. It looks like Casstevens will continue to hold on the 4th, but going into turn number 3, Mick Marola is all over the back bumper of the 12. But once again, Casstevens maintains his advantage over the 99 as we come to 5 laps to go here at Vancouver. On board the back bumper of the 42 of Roberts to see how close he is compared to his teammate Nick Sant. And if Nick's, oh, he got a car down pit road. It's the 99 Dan Mick Marola. Is he going to be followed by Brendan Beal and Owen Miles? And if you remember, the 99-16, which is a handful of drivers that stayed out during the last caution, and there may be a good chance that these drivers inside the top 5 who also stayed out during the last caution cycles may come in before the race is over. We also saw Random to 53 come down pit road once again, as here comes Roberts off 4, this time by 3 laps to go here at Vancouver. And it's probably going to likely put Brendan Beal and Dan McRoll lap down for the rest of the race. So definitely tough breaks for them if the strategy does not work out for them. Because so far it's not looking good, as Roberts once again stays out, coming to 2 laps to go. The distance between him and his teammate has been pretty much the same these last couple laps, about 3/10 per second. Actually, if anything, Roberts gained a little bit of ground on Nick Sand over the past 2 laps. But if these lap cars coming out of pit road, will slow down to 42. Only one way to find out is to go to turns 3 and 4, this time by the white flags in the air. Right, Roberts through turns 1 and 2 for the final time. I just saw Nick Sand did close the gap there a little bit in the 20, but it's going to be a little too late for Nick Sand as the 42 comes down the backstretch and then turn number 3 for the final time. And in just a second start, Wyatt Roberts will see the checkered flag and become the newest Golf Summer Series winner. Congratulations to Wyatt Roberts and Albert Motorsports, the only winners today here at Vancouver. Definitely a much-needed rebound for the 42 team after they're involved in 2 separate incidents during the last race at Armor Digital. But now, second to finishing results and point standings after today's race. So here we go. Wyatt Roberts finishes first in the 42 after winning a grand total of 20 laps. His Albert Racing teammate Nick Sand finished 4/10 per second behind him in second place. Alex Casstevens with the most laps here today of 48 laps will finish third. But the 54 of Ayden Roberson is going to come home 4th. Another good finish for the day, Matteillo on the 17 and finishes 5th. While Jordan Stout will follow up his Armor Digital win with a solid 6th place spot. So we're going to go to results. Nathan Baird to finish 7th in the 87, while David Johnson going to much needed top 10, finishing 8th. HWO champion Keith Charleston finishes 9th in the 24, or Jordan Forbes will round off the top 10 in 61. And now for the point standings after race number 2, as all but 2 drivers currently inside his top 10 in points are from Albert Motorsports, Atlanta Motorsports, or Railfan Motorsports, which goes to show you that those are the 3 teams to beat thus far in the season. Where your top 3 of Jordan Stout, Nick Sand, and Jordan Forbes are only 3 drivers to finish inside the top 10 in both races. The Nick Sand tied for the lead. Stout has the advantage over the 20, of course, due to his win. But Nick Sand does edge out Stout in one thing, as he's the only driver in his entire series thus far to finish inside the top 5 in both races. Meanwhile, Dan Matteillo finishes 4th, ironically 17 points behind the leader, while his teammate and car Bradley Reim falls right behind in 5th. Keisha Archon currently behind by 20 points in 6th, while Jason Albert's down to 7th, behind by 22. Cal Salamon, after his pretty dismal day today, moves down to 8th, behind by 24. RC Gamer instead of top 10 in points, behind by 25 in 9th. While Wright Roberts rounds off the top 10 in the 42, behind by 27, is actually tied for that 10th spot in points with Casstevens and Nathan Stapleton. But of course, due to Roberts' win from today, we'll have the advantage over those two drivers. So next up, race number 3, head to the Texas World Speedway for the Buc-ee's 350. They'll hopefully be on this channel Wednesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, barring any delays, of course. And of course, Texas Road is one of the fastest and most craziest tracks on the entire GSS schedule, so this is definitely one you don't want to miss. But as always, so thank you guys for watching this race. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.